So we're in Norfolk. It's just like a beautiful farmland. It kind of feels like a camping trip from the cohort.
We've had a packed weekend. We had lots of activities.
Okay, so today's talk is about resilience. If your startup is not the hardest thing that you've ever done, then you're doing it wrong.
We had introspection activities. We did journaling.
So we're all here because we're all going after impossible, after unattainable feats. And one of the biggest things that keeps us, any of us, from achieving our goals is doubt.
We had meditations and sound baths.
Different like water gun activities, volleyball, different sports.
Crazy Olympics, the ice bath.
Everything from figuring out how we solve the world's biggest problems with impossible feats, so like using infinite E. coli to terraform Mars, using infinite honey to solve climate change.
Getting to know everyone at a deeper level.
Getting to know ourselves a little bit better in a way that like sounds cringy externally, but is helpful when you're trying to navigate like your own doubts.
Loads of team building, team bonding. We spoke to all the partners at length this weekend too, so got loads of advice. Coming away feeling like so much has changed again.
Yeah, just an awesome weekend.
Stories are how we form connections and process information. And as scientists don't like to think this, but like this has been demonstrated over and over and over again as how brains work. So what we're gonna talk about now is called story of self. I actually learned this on the Obama campaign in 2008. And it's one of the most effective ways of convincing people to follow you and therefore to create impact in the world.
I found it difficult to put everything of me out there.
We had moments where we had to share things with each other that we hadn't really shared with anyone but maybe 2 or 3 people in our whole lives to form the story of self and give a strong sense of who we are, why we want to do this, what's the deeper meaning behind this company that people can resonate with in the future.
You go in this constant cycle of like being hyper confident and like having extreme conviction and extreme competence that you know what you're doing, that you're doing it for the right reasons and that like you're pursuing the perfect path. To like things maybe being a little bit tricky, to things maybe not being so great, maybe I'm not so great, to back like, oh, things maybe will turn out right, and then things are amazing again. So it's this constant circle that you go through. Yeah, it's just been fun to be able to have some sort of context that allows you to get to know people a lot faster in a way that also feels organic, and building relationships that I feel like hopefully we'll be able to help and support each other.
I got exposed to Silicon Valley and I very quickly realized that all of the problems that I wanted to solve through politics could better be solved through technology entrepreneurship.
For me, it's been nice to see that if you actually engage fully with the material and you try to really be truthful and honest during the exercises, I saw that for me personally, I got a lot back out of it.
Hearing hard truths, but moving with them super quickly, shortening my processing time of the fact that I've been told these things, I need to kind of change my narrative and then just move as fast as I can.
I definitely have more questions, but I also know that I know much more. The directions for me changed very recently, so I have to zoom back out and think about different directions. It's not in a bad way. Obviously at first it feels a little bit demoralizing, but it's also like you acknowledge that you've learned a lot.
I liked the session where we reflected on our doubts, and I liked exercise that we did on figuring out how to approach conflict with another person.
I was one of 3 people that was chosen to share an even more personal story that everyone unpicked and problem solved for me, with me.
It's a framework where you allow yourself to express how you feel about this kind of impulsively from 3 points of view. And by putting it all out there and kind of seeing the flaws in your thinking, that you can start to remove yourself from this triangle and actually commit to resolving the situation as opposed to being angry and sitting in it. I am going to see whether I can rephrase my own doubts in this way, so just something that we can tackle kind of one action at a time. Yeah, it's given me quite a lot of like hints, which I hadn't considered before.
I think it was very interesting to hear and see the impact of the story of self. Find where our passion started, not a combination of like the past few years and our PhD or whatever, but our entire lives have been building up to this moment.
They pushed you to pick the one you didn't want to speak about the most. I was actually shaking as I was writing down my story. So that was really hard to be like, oh my God, I'm actually going to tell this story that I've not really told anybody.
It's what I meant earlier, that like it might sound cringy when you say that you're getting to know yourself, but like how hard you permit yourself to go at these things. It's really intense in a very exciting way. Like it sounds exhausting, and it is. Building that trust takes a while, and realizing that you can trust that group setting more than you can trust yourself also takes a while, and something I probably didn't do before. But over week to week, I've realized how energizing that is.
Every time you go into a code or every time you do something hard, you're training your mind to every time it tells you, no, we cannot do this, you're just like showing your mind, actually we can't, and we can move past our limits.
Like literally everything with a new perspective. Like I don't think there's one thing that I did before that I do in the same way now, and it's helped us work on our branding, it's helped us finalize our first VC deal, it's helped us potentially find our new customer, sign with new people. Yeah, so it's just been completely, everything's changed.
That first week after that kickoff weekend, I already felt like I moved a million miles an hour compared to what I had before. But also now, this like sense of calmness, and I think of like alignment with my identity of like I'm on the right path. I think maybe at first it was kind of like uncomfortable because I'd never been exposed to this kind of environment, but now it's like, no, this is right. I'm in the right place with the right people, and this is what I'm gonna do with my life.